Hello, this is Joe Pryor of the virtual real estate team in Oklahoma City. I want to talk to you today about multifamily properties for investment. This is something that we started doing about 5 or 6 years ago. And I tell you what, considering the situation that we're in here in March 2020 in the United States, I see other reasons that a multifamily investment makes sense for people that really want to invest in real estate right now, the financially stable people that see opportunity. And it's this, multifamily like a duplex is very efficient to build. In other words, we can control some costs that you can in single family homes that are getting more expensive all the time. Number one, and I've mentioned this before, is that you're putting two properties for rent on one lot. So that cuts the lot cost in half. You have efficiencies of building in terms of the foundation, in terms of putting a roof on for both sides. And so we can control costs better with multifamily than we can in single family. And those efficiencies are very, very important. But here's a couple of things that I really want to relate to you about multifamily and why I'm recommending it even more strongly now than I have in the past. The first thing is, if I take a duplex at, $280,000, $300,000, then I'm going to cut that in half, right? In other words, I'm talking about 140, 150. And these are talking about duplexes with granite or quartz and stainless steel appliances and upgraded everything, floors that are all high-end vinyl plank, washer, dryer, and refrigerators, everything just kind of deluxed out in these just like a really great single family. And it's not something you can do in a single family home. And here's the cool thing about it. If we take that $140,000 aside on that $280,000 duplex, then we don't have to get as much rent as a $190,000 single family. So very simply, this makes the rental pool much, much larger. And this is why we have the lowest amount of vacancy in duplexes, is because we have that size of a rental pool. And so the thing right now that I see is everybody is kind of a little bit unnerved by the coronavirus and unsure about what the future is going to be like. And when that happens, either people don't buy houses or they start getting really conservative with their money. So even myself, essentially, I had some marketing plans that were going to cost a lot of money. I'm thinking twice, should I spend that extra money on marketing right now? And so this is the way that we think when we're in a time of crisis. And so somebody that can qualify for $1,400 or $1,500 a month, at this point, they're going to go, wow, that $1,200 or $1,250 a month rent really looks appealing to me. And so what we're going to have is people becoming more conservative with their money, looking for those lower rental rates. And so right now, both in single family and then with the duplexes, we're doing small stuff. And because we're finding that those are renting extremely well. Now, the second thing about duplexes that I talked about is a higher what's called cash-on-cash return. Now, very simply, if you don't know what this term means, it means you're putting out a certain amount of money for down payment, you're putting a certain amount of money in closing cost, and if I take everything in terms of my net operating expenses plus my debt service, how much money do I have in terms of percentage of that total amount of money do I get back? And we've always pretty much put the duplexes at least about 4% higher return on your cash flow than on a single family home. So here's the incentive that's kind of intangible. I can't really put a number on it. I can't say, oh, well, this is worth this amount of money or this percentage. And it is what you can do with that extra income. And so what I look at that as opportunity. So in other words, if we have a 2 or 2.5% rate, something that you can put your money in, well, that extra cash is now making, instead of sitting, it's making 2 or 2.5%. Or you pay down your mortgage, or you have money that goes to the next property, and so you start saving that up. So there's also an intangible that's extremely important. So if you're interested in investing, if you have the ability to invest, I want to talk to you. And what you can do is contact me. We can set up a Zoom meeting. So you'll see on this website, Joe at VREteam.com, and it's going to allow you to do a link to do what's called a Zoom online meeting. Be happy to talk to you about all of this to make sure that this is the right thing for you to do. And if it is, that we put you into the right investment. This is Joe Pryor of the virtual real estate team in Oklahoma City, where we build wealth for investors so that they can have the life they deserve and the financial security their family needs.